everyone. We're on Facebook and Instagram. So good, right? Just close this. It's in my little thing. But how is everyone? I'll just give a moment for everyone to pop on. Hey, and once you pop on, just say hello so I know you're here. Love to know who's on so I can give you love. Currently in Bali, which is so amazing. So good. So saying hello. Hey, how are you? So good. Where are you guys in from? Like when you pop on, tell me where you're coming in from. Like where in the world are you? Love to know. So good. How are you doing today? I'll just fit like another minute, but anyway, it's so beautiful, you guys. I feel there was a way I wish I could show you. I'm gonna like turn this around. Hey, Facebook, when you're on, just pop a hey, Ellen. So here's like the place that I'm in. How gorgeous. Can you see this? I don't know if this is like showing you right. But anyway, on Facebook, I'm trying. So amazing, right? Like I'm trying to like show both of you because I have you on here. But it's so gorgeous, right? Like so beautiful in this space. Hey Helen, how are you? Where are you in from in the world? I know it's so beautiful here. So anyway, I just wanted to come on and spend some time with you guys. So I had a pretty extraordinary, oh my gosh, Connor, how are you? I just saw that you popped on. I'm in Bali. I don't know where you are, Connor. They're always somewhere, but so good. So anyway, I just wanted to come on really quickly. Not quickly, just spend some time, I guess. So yesterday, well, my name is Colleen Gallagher, first of all, from Colleen Gallagher International. And I wanted to come on because I feel like it's such an important conversation to go over like fast food lifestyle, like fast food culture, like what's going on in the world with this, because I feel like so many times, I'm actually going to put my hair up because it's like a bit hot. But I feel like so many times we live in this space or like we live in this world where we expect things instantly because of like social media, because of like fast food, like all of these things that we want like right this second. And that comes in a way of like relationships. It comes in a way of when we go out and do events, like it comes from a place of like, even when we're like, I've been in airports and people are like, why is this taking so long? Or what's going on with this? Hey, Wendy, how are you? Where are you from, Wendy? Love to know where you're in from. Or like, people are like, oh, I want this coffee right now. Or like, I wanted this, whatever it was yesterday. And, you know, I wanted to share a quick story with you guys about this fast food culture and like why I feel it's actually really harming our mindsets. It's really harming our our hearts. Like it's really harming us in like a lot of ways. And I wanted to come on and share this story. So yesterday I'm in Bali right now, beautiful place. And I went and did like a healing session and it was just like from a space of just like, I wanted to like cleanse and get rid of things that maybe weren't serving me and, you know, have like this really like clear vision and have like this really clear intention for where I'm going with everything and like my vision that I want to help people like co-create and live like happier lives and just be positive and more happy. And, you know, one thing I realized is the person who I did it with, he's like a phenomenal, extraordinary human. And he, when we did this, oh, so good that you're in from there. So amazing we can all be connected this way. I'm so happy that you joined, Wendy. So with this story I want to share, so I was like, oh, like, cool, what time are you going to come pick me up? And what time are we going to be done with the, hey, Joko, I'm actually sharing our story from yesterday. And I feel like with a lot of times people are like, what time are people going to come pick me up? What time is this going to be done? Like all these things are on time. And we want like things to be so instant. So we want to like go do something that wants to be done in like 5 minutes, or we want it to be done in like a super fast food way. And we want results like instantaneously. And I feel from this space that when we want things so instantly, like we miss the point of actually being in the moment with things and being present with things. And the fast food culture that's like exists between like McDonald's or just social media or like, let's post a photo and see how many likes I'm going to get. or let me make this instant decision right now because it's like what feels good, instead of like taking some time to feel like what feels aligned, what feels good, instead of like overthinking everything. Like we go in this place of like really expecting that we want things right this moment, and we really like want to have everything happen right now. And yesterday, you know, when I went on this, I did this like day, and I didn't really have any expectations of time. Like I didn't put like, oh, we need to be done by this time or this time and do all of this. One day I'm actually location free, so I actually don't have a specific place that I live. I belong to the world. So I'm in Bali right now. Oh, so good. I'm so happy that you're here too. And we're talking about fast food lifestyle and fast food decision making. And I wanted to come on, so I'm just going to start the story. So yesterday, anyway, I went and had this really amazing day with like just like cleansing and just like understanding what it is I really want from the world. Like, what does happiness mean to me, and what does happiness really look like for Colleen? And I feel like this is something we all should really look at. Like, what does happiness actually mean for you? Like, what does happiness look like? What does it feel like when you wake up? Or what does it like taste like when you wake up? Like, what does your food taste like? Like, what does your clothing feel like if you were really happy? Like, what would your clothing look like if you were really happy? And if you're on, just pop on and looking at that instead of like, I'm just going to grab the shirt that's clean. I'm just going to grab the, dress that's the most expensive or the least expensive. Like all these instant decisions that we're making without even knowing like what actually makes us happy or what actually feels good. And it's like this instant result of like trying to fit into this place of like, I want this instant result. I want this instant decision, instead of like just going into like what really feels good and what really makes you feel like super happy and super good and super aligned. And I wanted to share that yesterday, like when I went on this day, like I was like, I could have asked like a million questions of like, oh, like what time are we going to be doing this? And what's the schedule? And, you know, like all these like crazy questions. Like, sure, I could have done that and like overanalyzed it and all these things. But instead I was like, okay, like, you know, I was just wondering like, at what time do you think we'll be back around in case I need to like get any work done before, like do things before so I could just plan my day. And also like to, the other reason, like I say, that I asked was so just like know how much, I knew how much something cost, and I didn't care how much it cost. Like I was already going to do it just so that I would be able to have enough cash to do it. But it didn't matter like how much money it was. And I feel like in this fast food culture, like we're so like, I need to know instantly like how much it is, what's the result, what's all these things. And like you guys, I just feel like, and girls, I should say humans, like, we should just come from a place of like what feels good. And this fast food lifestyle that's been like conditioned onto us between like school systems, like I get an exam and like now I want to know the answer right now through this electronic thing, or there's a project that I was doing and I want to know the exam, I want to know like the result right now, or what was my grade, like was I in the top percent, did I fail, did I not do, like how did I do, and all these things of like trying to compare yourself and like level up into like this space of fast food instant results, when like really if we just completed an exam, or if we did just something, shouldn't we just be so grateful for all the time we took to study, all the time we took to prepare for that, and like just be like, oh, that feels so good that I accomplished that. Like that's so good. And you know, I did the best that I absolutely could, and I'm so excited to see what I received. And I'm just so excited now to go celebrate that. I did all of these things. And I feel when we start coming from this place of let's slow it down and let's do like what feels good and let's do what feels better, and like not like from a space of like 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. I need to be doing this at this hour and this at this time and blah, blah, blah. Like what if you just get lost like in a waterfall? Like what if you just get lost in time of like eating food? Like there's something that's so good and you're like, wow, this food is so good, and you just get lost in like tasting that food and feeling that food. And like what if that was the life that you started to live, and what if that was the life you started to create? So let me know if this makes sense. So I feel like there's a few of you that joined on here of just like slowing it all down and not being so fast paced and not being like so extreme with all of it. And I feel like start noticing in your life, like I'm going to give some task here for this, but start noticing within your life, like where you're moving really fastly. Like start looking in your life of where you're moving extremely fast and where you're maybe not allowing yourself to feel good because it's conditioning that's been put on you to move in this fast-paced world. So the first thing I would say is look at your calendar. Look at your calendar of like, an example I give of this is like, I used to work out like religiously after work when I was in 9 to 5. So it's like 9 to 5, 6 p.m. Oh, so good. I'm so happy, passport, that it makes sense. And I'm going to give an example here. So let's say you, remember I used, when I was doing 9 to 5, it was like I would get up, and then afterward I'd have like 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. Like I'd have 2 hours of working out and be like super intense working out, and it would be have to do that. And if I didn't do that, like it would be like so much anxiety would feel free, but I wasn't doing it because like it felt good. I was just doing it because I wanted to like, I don't even know why I was doing it. Like I was just doing it because I thought that's what I had to do. Like it really made no sense. And I would be like rushing to get there, and I'd be like running, and I would be just like grabbing clothes and like all these things. Like, it was like totally missing the point of being present in the moment. And I feel with all these like decision making and all these receiving and all these results of like people like, you have to decide in 24 hours if you're going to do my program. You have to decide in, I don't know, this long if you're going to do this or whatever it is. Like, yes, there's a strategy to some of it, but like, you know, really like you should look at something. If it feels good, you should just do it. Like you should just do that because it feels good, not because it's fast paced, not because you're making a decision. But start to slow down and see where in your life you're moving so quickly. So whether it's like you're not enjoying your coffee, whether it's you're working out so quickly. And then the next part I would say after that is like, where are you making those decisions super quickly just to like have an instant decision? That's probably not your truth. Like it's probably not something that really aligns with you. And then I want you to look at, once you look at those two things, is how are you receiving in ways then? So if you're making fast decisions all the time, like how are you allowing the world to give to you? Like, are you open to receiving in abundance? Because likely if you're making fast food decisions and you're just instantly making decisions, the world is only going to give you instant cash or instant people or instant experiences back. It's not going to give you like a flourishing and like a whole experience of people and a whole wealth of knowledge and a whole wealth of abundance to live in, because you're only available to instant things coming to you. So you're not really allowing deep and meaningful things to come from you. You're only allowing instant things to be received. And an example I give of this is, I wrote this in my book, actually, Live Your Truth. But there was a time when a guy, I have a scar on my neck, so I had cancer, and he made a comment to me, and it was about if I tried to kill myself. And in that moment, like I was like super upset, and I like went home crying. I was like at a party and all these things. But anyway, like when this guy said, like, did you try to kill yourself? Like one thing I realized is that I was only allowing instant receiving. And this man, when he said this to me, he wanted an instant relief. So he was just wanting to connect for a moment, because you can only see something in others that you see in yourself. So if he saw that within me, that means he was having serious thoughts of suicidal or depression or something that way. Like, because no normal, I don't want to say normal, but no well human, like holistic, that's like doing great things would say that comment to someone naturally. It's just not something you would say. So if he said that, it's clearly something deep within himself that he was feeling. And so when he said that comment to me of, you know, do you want to kill yourself? I was only open to receiving at that moment that he was trying to put me down, or that he was trying to bully me, because I wasn't looking at receiving depth. I wasn't looking at receiving more than what it meant in that instant moment, when that moment was actually a greater connection, where if I would have understood at that point that he was trying to make a connection with someone else who was depressed, he was trying to make a connection with someone else who was in the same space as him, then I would have been able to like make a deeper connection, been able to receive that comment in a greater capacity. Hey, I would have been able to see that comment in a greater capacity. And from that space of receiving in a deeper and greater capacity by someone saying a meaner comment to me, I could have been opening up to give more love and more understanding to that space. So think of that. If like someone's being mean to you, or someone says a mean comment to you, are you just receiving an instant moment of, oh, that's harsh, or that's this? Or are you receiving it in a moment of they are trying to connect with you because they see something within you and they want to connect? It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do about you. It's just a fast food, instantaneous exchange if he or her is trying to receive a connection. So look also with fast food lifestyle and fast food culture, like how are you open to receiving? And yesterday I can even go with the story of like, let's say that was a story that I looked at, and, you know, I went home and I was crying and all these things. And it took me like quite a long time, like years later, to see that the comment this guy said about my neck really wasn't about me. And if I would have known in that moment, it could have saved me a lot of heartache and a lot of trauma that I created. But I want to also go to receiving and results. So let's say yesterday when I was on this session, and I was in like no time or space. I didn't even look at my phone. I wasn't really looking at anything. Like another thing that really came through is that you have to show up and be available in ways to receive results. So if you're living a fast food lifestyle, like you're making instant decisions, you're wanting things instantly, you're like doing this and you're not wanting to put any of the work in, like you're just wanting to receive things so quickly without even putting anything in, then, I mean, the results is that you're just going to get, oh, I love the I love your accountability. Yeah. And I feel that though it's not just my accountability. Like I also put people around me and I put mentors and I've put tribes and I put communities and I put friends around me to make sure that I stay accountable in the greatest capacity. They were just a little bee. So cute. And so the last part is like results. So let's say like yesterday I could have went on this and I could have like not believed and we went into like these beautiful waterfalls and it was like releasing things that were within you and like going to what you have and all these things. I could have been like very like resistant. Like I could have been like, oh, this is silly. Like why would I be doing this? And all those things. But hey, how are you? We're just talking about fast food culture and results. So if you, with your results, let's say if you're looking at your life, oh my gosh. Sorry, there's a bee. Sorry, there's a bee. But if you're looking at this in a very fast food culture, and you're looking at this in a fast food way, oh my god. Okay, you guys, I'm getting freaked out. Sorry. 1 second. I need to move. Sorry. There's like 5 or 6 of those things flying. All right, sorry. Okay, so the last part of this results. I don't want to get stung, but there's like so many of them. This is crazy. Okay. Anyway, so the last part of this is if you want results and you're living in a fast food culture, and this is like, I should even say releasing. So anyway, if you want results and you're living in a fast food culture, if you're not open to the experiences, and I was talking yesterday with the waterfall and like open to being into the healing and open to the experience of like what's going on and setting intentions for this and knowing this is all so much greater than you and knowing that this isn't just going to be in an instant today or tomorrow. Like you're going to have to show up for yourself. You're going to have to show up for your soul. You have to want to do it. And it's not in a way of like there's I actually heard them. I love it. They were huge. They're like this big. But anyway, they like if you actually want the results in your life that like are living in beautiful places like this, like waking up to beautiful pools and everything, like it's a choice and it's a place that you have to come from in complete surrender. And it's a place you have to come from knowing that it's not going to happen in the next minute. It could happen in the next minute. Oh my gosh. Sorry, these are everywhere. Oh my god, you guys, this is so bad. Oh my god, okay. I'm about to get off there because I can't keep doing this. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so scared of bees. But it's like a bigger fear that I need to release actually. So anyway, anyway, I wanted to come back, or I wanted to finish this and just say like, it can be instantaneous. Like there can be results in your life that show up instantaneously. Like absolutely there can be, but it's only when you're moving in a place that's from complete flow and complete place that's like what feels good. If you're going from a place of like you're just doing it just because you want a result instantaneously. Like I was just going to the gym. They just want to kiss. I know. Oh my God. I'll remember that next time I'll say they just want to kiss. But, you know, if you're in this place of like you want results super quick, and like the gym example, I would say like I would just go just to like look good or just feel pretty. Like of course, like the results aren't going to show up in the way that I want. Like when you're doing the work in a way that's like more powerful, in a way from it's like a healing place, in a way that's, and I don't know, just like more fun and like in a trusting place, and like you really trust that there's something that you're doing is in fun and in bliss and something that's like maybe you're doing it now for a second, maybe you will get the results instantaneously. Like that could be a possibility, but people like live in this life that we feel we're gonna get these results instantaneously by just like starting a business or traveling or saying hi or going on a date, and we're gonna like have this great thing like expand within us. But you know, really it's like when you're moving more in a place that's like from complete flow, from a place that feels so good, from a place that connects to a higher vision. When you're doing that, that's when results are going to show up in a maybe fast food way, or in a way that is in a deeper meaning, or in a way that feels much more aligned instead of just expecting everything to show up. Like that's one thing I feel I hear a lot is like expecting and all these things. So anyway, today is day 8 of the 21-day challenge of me coming on live, and I wanted to come on and just share this with you, like the fast food culture. So the first thing is like look at your calendar, look at where like you're making fast food decisions, look at where like you're just working out or you're just doing things because you feel that that's what you're supposed to be doing instead of what feels good. Second thing, start asking what you can do more in your life to feel better. Like, what are things you could start doing to feel better and to be more present in the moment instead of just doing something for an expected result? And the third thing I would say after that, you look at your calendar, and after looking at where else you could do, the third tip that I would give for the fast food lifestyle, or like where you could slow it down and be more present, is just asking yourself, like, where could you be happier? Because I feel like there's always places where we could be happier, we could be more positive, and where could you up level in a way that's so fun, in a way that's silly, in a way that like makes you feel good. So I feel those are three things that I really wanted to share with you guys, and I wanted to go through all these stories in my life, just so you guys could feel it and also see like the growth and expansion that I'm having. Because I really want you guys to all have this and see that like it doesn't need to be quick, it doesn't need to be overnight, it doesn't need to be instantaneous. Like it can be available to you to be overnight, and it can be available to happen instantaneously. But wouldn't you much rather do it from a place that's fun and easy and simple instead of like super stressed out and super like I need this now and it has to be done right this second. And if I don't do this right this second, it's gonna have all these things happen. Like no, like just have fun and just realize like the more that you have fun, that's when the instantaneous results show up. So let me know if you guys have any questions about this. Passport Too Pretty, so happy that you were on and for the whole thing. Wendy's, happy you joined. Let me know if you guys have questions with any of it or like just whatnot. I'm just trying to share like some of my life with you guys of what goes on, and also like how I really try to be more present and more happy, and living in a place that's more from just being present in the moment and hanging out with people instead of like going into a super depth, like this needs to be done this time and whatnot. And, you know, in that fast food of like all these things that are super intense. So sending you lots and lots of love. And remember, you hold the light within to embody we are one.